Monterey, California, high above the blue Pacific Ocean and the renovated factories of John Steinbeck's Cannery Row. Welcome to International Motorsports Association Camel GT Racing on ESPN. Hello, everyone. I'm Bob Varsha, welcoming you to the third round of IMSA Camel GT Racing on ESPN for 1986. Today, it's the IMSA Strohs 300, a 300-kilometer dash for Camel GT and Camel Lights prototype cars. With me, as usual, Bill Adam, Camel GT racer. And Bill, from last weekend to this at Riverside, California, the contrasts are stark. There it was hot and dusty. Here we have cool breezes and a little bit of threat of rain. So it's going to be a challenge to these teams.
Well, it's going to be a very pleasant race, actually, for the teams because this temperature is just ideal to drive in. We've got a tremendous contrast, as you say, from Riverside being a very high-speed track, one that's very long, down to a Laguna Seca track that's less than 2 miles, and yet is deceivingly fast. It's very, very quick, other than one single right-hand corner. A very fast track really puts a premium on handling.
On the pole in record time, the Ford Probe of three-time Le Mans winner Klaus Ludwig from West Germany. Outside Ludwig will be series points leader Al Holbert in a Porsche 962. During the inside of row 2, Elliott Forbes Robinson in the Nissan GTP machine. Outside of EFR will be John Paul Jr. in a Buick-powered Hawk racer. Moving to row 3, on the inside will be Bryce Cobb, who joined Rob Dyson to win at Riverside in round 5 of the series, driving a Porsche 962. Outside will be the Jaguar XJR7 of Hurley Haywood, and he'll be joined by Chip Robinson. Great shot there from Jeff Zachary, our handheld cameraman at the start-finish line, and probably no small personal danger to himself, but Klaus Ludwig opens up a big lead over Al Holbert early.
Well, this is spectacular. Klaus did exactly what he wanted by getting on the gas at the proper time and using the full boost available from that little turbocharged 4-cylinder motor, and he has pulled out a really nice gap even on this opening lap.
This Ford Probe debuted here at Laguna Seca 1 year ago. Thus far, there have been no victories for the Ford team, but this could be a racetrack that treats them well.
Well, the track does favor the Ford because it does have such outstanding handling. And you can see even on the opening lap, they're coming into that corkscrew turn. The Probe got a little bit sideways, showing that Klaus is working very, very hard to try and pull out a strong lead right after the green flag fell.
Now, Klaus Ludwig approaches the 3-story corkscrew drop, and there's a spun car in front of him at this point. That is Frank Labino pulls forward in that Lights car and tags Klaus Ludwig.
And thankfully, it appeared to be a very, very light impact, but you could actually see the front end of Frank's car get loosened by that impact.
Now you see the front end came off Frank Rubino's car. We have word that Al Holbert, running in second at the time, hit that nose piece that came off when Frank Rubino's car struck Klaus Ludwig. Bad luck right off the bat for series point leader Al Holbert and his Porsche team. Okay, let's take another look at that accident. Klaus Ludwig taking a big gamble here, trying to get around the moving car of Frank Rubino.
Frank made a bit of a mistake right there by trying to move the car. He should have been obviously very, very aware of Klaus coming up.
Field now coming down, getting ready to make the hairpin turn onto the front straightaway. The car is away in 45 seconds, and he will beat the crowd out. He will beat the rest of the field out onto the track.
And so Al Holbert manages to stay less than 2 laps down to the field. Recapping briefly, Holbert suffered front-end damage on that Porsche when he struck debris left after leader Klaus Ludwig in the Ford Probe was hit by a lap car. There is Ludwig with a huge advantage now and trying to put a second lap on Al Holbert if he can run him down.
Well, how invaluable that silver duct tape or 200-mile-an-hour tape, racer tape, whatever you want to call it is. It's just really it's a very important part of every pit crew.
Good look at second place now. That is Hurley Haywood of Ponte Vedra, Florida, driving the 44 Jaguar XJR7. He being trailed by Bryce Cobb out of Dallas, Texas, driving the Dyson Racing Porsche 962.
Look at this battle that we've got here. This is spectacular racing right now. We've got Bryce Cobb and the Dyson Porsche, the winner of Riverside, followed very closely by that ultra-high horsepower Nissan. There's John Paul sitting back there, and I think Pete Halsmer is actually closing up in the second Probe. We've got a fantastic 4-car battle. Look at this, all together.
Oh! That's Pete Halsmer in the Ford Probe, nearly running up the tailpipe of John Paul Jr. in the Buick. Third place and fourth place. This is Bryce Cobb dicing with Elliott Forbes Robinson in the Nissan, and you see the streams of rubber that Elliott Forbes Robinson is leaving.
Look at this. Just unbelievable horsepower that car is putting out.
Elliott Forbes Robinson out of Denver, North Carolina, just blows by Texan Bryce Cobb in a Porsche 962. Speaking of doing very well, this man, Bob Earl, leading Camel Lights, only the third race for this prototype car. There goes Al Holbert. Gives you a good idea of how much faster the full scale, if you will, prototype cars are than the Camel Lights cars. But the Camel Lights guys do get a pretty good competition going among themselves.
They've got an excellent series this year, and it's just getting better and better with the inclusion of cars such as this.
And that's Jim Busby, who just got into that car on the pit stop, replacing Darren Brassfield, but he's getting right back out, and they obviously have a serious problem, Bill.
With the engine cover being off, it's something more than just a regular stop, obviously, and they're looking at it fairly leisurely, so I don't expect to see them get back out.
John Paul Jr. in the Buick has spun. That's turn 9 leading out of the final straightaway. There are cars coming down the hill. This could be close.
Oh, geez, Johnny, be careful. Oh, and it looks...
Ooh. Almost a replay of
how
a
he stalled it, too.
John Paul Jr. Here comes the Ford Probe number 07. That'll put Paul down into 4th place by our records.
Now here we've got the Jag coming into the pits as well.
Chip Robinson assisting Hurley Haywood out of the car. Robinson will get in. And here is your leader, Klaus Ludwig, up at the corkscrew, making his way around the track. This could be an opportunity for him to put... Whoa, and there's a service vehicle on the course. We'll have to check into that. Klaus Ludwig just getting by a service vehicle, making his way around. I'm surprised we didn't see any yellow flag there, Bill. Our leader is on pit road. Let's go down to Ron Kendrick on pit road and find out the story. Ron?
Windshield is being cleaned. The debris here at Laguna Seca. We're just about ready. The refueling is done. The car is down off the jet. Spin away. Engine 5 seconds.
It is all Klaus Ludwig in the Ford Probe number 7, and you see him there flying around this 1.9-mile Laguna Seca race course. A huge lead over our second-place car, now officially being shown as the number 44 Jaguar. Chip Robinson now at the controls. And once again, this is a great day. 14-second lead over the Jaguar, but even that for this Jaguar team that has had to struggle with a normally aspirated engine against their big turbo brothers, this has really got to be a real moral victory for Group 44, Bill.
Well, it's really a good day for both teams. Both the Ford and the Jaguar teams suffered just horrendous accidents at Riverside, California, totally destroying 2 of their cars. And here they are back running 1st and 2nd.
And here is now our 3rd-place car. John Paul Jr. has taken over 3rd in the number 45 Buick Hawk. Good drive for John as well.
Well, I'm sure John's running really hard here. He came close to winning this race last year, and it was just a very slight slip that took victory away from him. Oh, John has just spun.
Paul Jr. in 2nd place, lost a wheel off that Buick March and spun hard into the turn side Armco.
Oh, what an incredible shot. He really hit that barrier hard. I think something broke on the wheel. You just saw it rolling by there, and the whole center of the wheel was gone.
Watch as the car suddenly darts to the right.
Turning into the corner, and you can see there, the car goes up as it's launched itself right off the ground.
And very nearly into a photographer standing by the track wall.
The whole center broke out of the wheel. Way it goes. Hub's still mounted to it, and the inside of the BBS wheel is, but the whole rest of the wheel departed from the car.
Bad luck at Riverside, bad luck here. What are you going to do to turn it around?
We'll win Charlotte.
That's Don Bell in a Buick Argo passing the Buick Tyga car of Charles Morgan and Logan Blackburn.
Yeah, these two have been having a good little battle, and it's really interesting, too, that the American motors are coming on so strong with the Pontiac engine leading the race right now. Here we've got 2 real good, strong-running Buick engine cars, and it's nice to see them come up and challenge the Mazdas.
Jim Downing moving in on the Charles Morgan Logan Blackburn car number 6. They may have a problem with that Buick-powered Tyga car. And Jim Downing looks like he's going to be able to take him here on the start-finish straightaway.
Jim really came through that corner very strong. He got on the power early and had a good run coming out of the corner, just enough to give him the momentum to go by this car. And as you say, possibly there's even a problem with the car. Maybe they're just slowing down a little bit because it is getting near the end of the race, and they don't want to throw away a good finishing position.
Now here's the battle for 2nd place. Don Bell moves on to pit road. That will put Jim Downing in the 63 car, the red car up there at the top of your picture, into 2nd place in the Camel Lights division.
Here's the leader. Well, what a day they've had. Like, Bob Earl has driven beautifully, and the car has performed up to what I think we all expect after first viewing this car at Atlanta, and that's a very fast performance.
Once again, only the 3rd race for this car, so a victory at this point, which seems at least possible, if not definite, would be fantastic. 3rd race for the Pontiac Fiero GTP Camel Lights car. What is wrong? Pete Hallsworth, this was your 3rd place car. With 4 laps to go, this could be a problem for the Ford team.
Now, there's who we were just talking about that. Hopefully, this is not something chronic to the Ford cars and won't happen to Klaus's car. I don't know what this could be, because Pete's car has sounded and has run perfectly all day long. I have no idea what this could be. I'm absolutely amazed with the pace that he has kept up and continues to keep up on his final laps. You can see the car is sliding, look, right to the edge of the pavement there. Now, he's not driving out there deliberately. He's trying to hold the car in, but use it and have this long slide as he's under hard acceleration. There was the first sign of him taking it easy, maybe right there when he got on the brakes a little early. A nice move there by one of the slower competitors. Just be very charitable and get out of his way as he's coming through. But Klaus is still, he's running hard. What a tremendous victory for him. He really deserves this.
One more turn, and Klaus Ludwig and the Ford Probe will become the 6th different winner in the 1986 Camel GT season. Out of turn 9, away from the course marshals, and there's the checkered flag for Klaus Ludwig and the Ford Probe. 1 year to the day from the introduction of that car. That's Tom Gloy, alternate driver in the red jacket. Here's Bob Earl, and another great story will win the Camel Lights division.
Klaus, it was a weekend where there just was nothing that went wrong with your car. Isn't that correct?
That's absolutely correct, and I really deserved it, I tell you. I'm really very close to tears because it took a long time.
What does this now mean for the team? You've had some bad luck throughout the course of the year. Now you pull off a big win here at Laguna Seca.
We keep on working, I tell you, and we're going to win again, that's for sure. We're going to really keep on working, and I must say thank you to Ford, 7-Eleven, everybody. Great job, and especially our mechanics and Tuck Speed USA. Thank you very much all together.